What was a Christmas bonus you got from your company that made you speechless? A couple of years after I was first married, we had 3 little kids and were as poor as dirt. I was working at a computer and component supply company, and it was the mid-1980s. We were young, broke, but generally happy. When my daughters were born, we did not have insurance and they had health issues. We found ourselves with more than $14,000 in debt. That's a lot now, but imagine how that was back in the mid-1980s. I was working full-time and also freelancing while my wife cared for our 3 babies. At this employer, each month they had an all-hands lunch, often catered, but sometimes a potluck. The president would give out awards for top salespeople, top department performers, and people he felt deserved an award for some above and beyond effort. Usually this came in the form of an envelope. The envelope would have cash in it most of the time, sometimes expensive tickets or a voucher for some expensive item like a new TV. We then had the choice to take whatever was in the envelope or place a bet with it. I don't recall the exact nature of the game, but it was more or less double or nothing. Only he had a game wheel to spin that could give us 10 times what was in the envelope. If we landed on a high number, he would give us one more out. He would try to bribe us to take some generous amount instead of the contents of the envelope, times the result of the multiplier. Sometimes people would walk away with just the envelope and find they had only $10 in it. At other time, someone would spin a 10x multiplier and find in the envelope they had $1,000. On rare occasions, so many would win that he would have to send someone to the bank to get more cash. So at Christmas, the president would go all out, really top-end catering and more awards, prizes, and higher amounts in the envelopes. He added another twist that depending on if and how many times we were awarded something during the year, he would also multiply that by the winning number. BTW, everyone still got something at Christmas, but those who had done well and worked hard were rewarded even more. I had one spin at the wheel 8 times during the last year. I was a good worker and often went beyond the normal expectations. So I got called up. I selected an envelope right off. He offered me $3,000 to give it back. So I was guessing he knew what's in the envelope and doesn't want to multiply it by 8 plus my spin. I decided to call the bluff and take the spin. I landed on a 10. That's 10 times whatever is in the envelope and 8 times that. So I opened the envelope. I think he tried to get me to give in with a higher offer, but I kept playing. I mean, I'm already broke. If I open it and it's empty, I get nothing. But inside was $1,000. That was times 10 from the wheel. Now 10,000 times my 8 is now 80,000. I was about to pass out and he reminded us all that there's a 25,000 limit. What? At first, I'm a little mad, but then I felt selfish and reminded myself, this is the best bonus I've ever had. More than I actually made in a year, and it's in cash. We applied most of it to our medical bills, donated a large percentage to our favorite charity, and with a little that was left, we put in our savings to someday buy a house. At the time, it was the most I'd ever received for a bonus. And as a percentage of my salary, you could say, I've never had a bonus that big ever since.